Hey, what's going on? It's Bebop here, and I'm out here just enjoying a nightcap in the new zone and loving the scenery. Reading the daily newspaper, seeing if there's any M3s open. There's none. No one's here. Anyways, let's get into the build. I've been running the Rapier musket, the Rapier fire staff, the Rapier blunderbuss this week, and doing the skip that you've seen me do on the left side. And let's go over the gear real quick. So I have this gear set on. I have the finisher with keenly empowered, of course. I have the musket with keen, vicious, refreshing power shot. And I go with the brutal heart rune of Firestorm. Now the clothing, refreshing, you want to maximize that, 4 out of 4. Leeching Fury and Health. Shirking Fort and Chain of War, refreshing. Only perk not good here was the thrust conditioning. And of course the attuned leather pants. I do not have the, what does everybody keep telling me? The nimble coat.
You suck, you jackass.
Dude, I guess I'm gonna have to get back to PvP so I could just stop hearing about it. But I love the attuned leather pants, and after I got Serenity, I just stopped grinding PvP. I just really couldn't stand it, but I guess I might have to get back to it. Maybe get some other artifacts here. And then we have Enchanted Ward slash conditioning and health. Nice piece there. I also have the Orcalcum cartridge, of course. Empowered, health, void protection, thrust, leech, heart. And I've been running this. I need to replace the refreshing toast. I'll do that today if I can remember. I need to replace that with healthy toast. I really am a big fan of healthy toast, and on all my boss sets I have earrings with the healthy toast, and that's going to give you, when you drink a mana potion, gain 15% of your health, so of your base health. So that's going to be another quick form of healing. So you can have your infused health potions, you can have your regen, or you can have your serums. Then you can have a mana potion here, and then a hearty meal here. So you got 4 ways to heal instead of just 3. And drinking a mana potion is a lot faster than eating. So it's you can get, back into your DPS or dodge or whatever you got to do. So I'm really a big fan of that. I think a lot of people should run that more often. And so when the first boss set is going to be this. Now I did notice something. I didn't maximize my refreshing on this set, so I'm going to replace this headpiece with a piece with refreshing here sometime today. It's one of these pieces I'll have to. Not that one. I like that piece. But Enchanted Reward, of course, on all the pieces you can have. It's really, really good perk. And leech. So I'll end up crafting a Leeching Fury piece for this one too. So, but the 3 out of 4 refreshing. Yeah, you need that 4 out of 4. I kept noticing on the boss fights that it's like, man, why do my cooldowns not feel right? And there you go. That little bit of refreshing can make a difference. I go with Nature Amulet Protection on the first boss because the nature is pretty much the most annoying thing to dodge, the little green dots that appear on the ground. And that's the one everybody hopes that the gorilla doesn't jump to first. So that's why I run that. I do all opals, well, except for the attuned leather pants. That's going to be void, and I'm not switching that every time. But I do run all opals for 17.5 resistance to pretty much everything. Nature's going to be a little bit more at 32. And void's going to be up a little bit, which don't really need void in that boss fight. So if you do want to have other pants or something you want to run where you can have it all opals and get more protection, that's fine, but you don't really need it if you just dodge and try to do your best. Leeching, heart, and and thrust dam, and then of course healthy toast, refreshing toast, healing heart, which is another way to heal on the earring. By using a heart rune, 10% of your max health. Now, is it a crazy amount? No, but I mean, it is health. So at the end of the day, it's another way to heal. So you could have potentially 5 ways to heal. Don't always rely on the healer. Sometimes they're dealing with other stuff. They got cooldowns, and you need to be able to somewhat be self-sufficient at most. Now, after the first boss fight, I immediately switched to the skip gear. So basically, it's going to be all void. And this is where I run past all the mammoths and I go up there and fight the plants. So I do slot the infused anger earth ward pot so I can drink that as I'm going. And then I have the coatings right here, which I've only I recently started only just coating the fire staff. Don't really need to do the musket there. But the musket is the same one. Keen, vicious, refreshing power shot. Keen, vicious, empowering fireball. Empowering fireball is really good to hit them with early. You do 50% more damage to targets above 50% health. So for my skip step, I have the ball haste class here. Oh god, that's what I named it, the ball haste. And anyways, so let's say the ball, the orb is right there, and I got to go past the iguanas and the 2 gorillas that are going to spawn. I've been planning the pylon, switching to hit the orb, and then coming over here and hitting the shower. Getting the ball takes about 6 seconds to grab, and then I'll try to walk through the shower and walk through the frosted area right into the beacon to get the utmost haste. Now, if you go to the ice gauntlet here, you do have a perk. Movement speed is increased by 10% in a frosted area. So with the winged leather shoes, you're going to get a boosted percentage while having haste at 50%. So now I guess the frosted area might not be considered, it's not really haste, it's just quick, quick movement in this area. So I might switch up my pattern on what I'm doing here, because what I've been doing is not really working for the skip, and I've been getting killed a lot more than being successful with it. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put the beacon in the middle, and I'll put the pylon over here and then the shower over here. Shower is going to last the least amount of time, so it needs to be the last thing I do. But I think that's what I'm going to do. And because the haste is going to carry me and last longer with the alacrity on my amulet. So when I get out of the haste of the ice shower and the haste from the beacon, I will be in a frosted area, which I'll still have movement speed plus the haste bonus with the winged leather shoes and the alacrity. So it's going to be something like this. Put that down there. Put the ice gauntlet down. Come to the ball. Hit the shower. Hopefully in a better angle than that. Trash. And then that way I can come up here, go through this, and then go through the frost area and get through it a little bit quicker. So anyways, but this is the setup that I run with. And I try to boost the con as much. I got a lot of con pieces on this set because you want to be able to take a lick or so from the licky licks, as I call them, the lizards, if you can. And even if you get hit by the gorillas and drop the ball, not a big deal. If you can survive long enough when your other teammates are getting over there, hey, that's just fine too. You can easily go in there, kill the mobs, and get the orb. Not a huge time loss, but it is a time loss that you don't want. So. And then the last set that I go to for the boss, I've had 2 different sets I've been messing with. One's the fire staff, and then one's the blunderbuss. I definitely would recommend going with the blunderbuss over the fire staff. I was messing with the fire staff because I could use the dash forward to catch up to where the boss is when he runs across the map and then get back to melee. But I find that with the blunderbuss, with the venturing claw shot, at least on my blunderbuss, keen and vicious, I'm going to be doing a lot more damage to the target once I grapple to them. And so I can still cover the ground. Just be careful he's not stomping or shooting fire out like it was yesterday when I flew right into that like a dum-dum. And it just destroys the... what are those things called? Those things that pop out of the ground.
Conduit.
Oh, what? I never remember the name. It just destroys those things a lot faster with the blunderbuss compared to the fire staff. It's not even close. So, and thrust damage is going to do more than the fire staff damage would, against the mammoth. Anyways, also I have leeching shrapnel blast for the blunderbuss. It's really no brainer. And then I got the leeching flurry, of course. Try to go with as much enchanted ward as you can. And of course a healthy toast on the earring. So that's what I run. And if you have any questions, let me know. My blunderbuss skill tree looks like this. And let's see what else. my attributes when I'm running. Let me get into the correct gear here. So I will take a fruit salad and I'll be 385 here. Let me zoom in here. 380. What the? Come on, bruh. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. Get your 11K in your life. All right. So intelligence is going to be over 350. Now, some of the magnify kind of makes it where I got to go over 350 quite a bit. And I can't get this up to right there, but you know, it is what it is. 25 focus. And then when I switch to this gear, my stats stay the same. When I switch to the skip gear, my stats stay the same, which is really important when you're running multiple sets like this, that you can line up your stats correctly throughout all your gear sets, so you don't constantly have to be taking different food and wasting money. And then with the Blunderbuss, I have these stats. So yeah, it all works out in the end. And I get the extra ability damage at the 350 int dot. So that's what I run. And if you have any more questions or want to see any other setups, let me know, Brett. All right, I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Later.